Hello everybody. We're gonna be doing another episode here of of me versus someone on the internet. I guess laddering. So let me unpause that and you get to work, bro. What the heck? Yeah. Unfortunately on this one I don't have an overlay or anything, and this is an older replay. I think it's 2 days before the patch came out. And my opponent's gonna be Makato, and of course I try to be nice, and I always say good luck, have fun. That time I really meant it because I had 2 exclamation points, as you could clearly note. And we're going to be scouting each other. He's actually sending out an early scout, a scout on 7. So even before he got his pylon, he sent a scout, which is really weird. People don't usually do that unless they're going to go for some crazy build. So that kind of threw me off a little bit. Of course, I got a little suspicious even before my probe got there. I mean, I sent him by, I sent him around the watchtower to get a little bit of vision, and I was a little bit suspicious that he was going to be cannon rushing, so I pulled some probes off to try to kill this guy, make sure he doesn't get down a pylon or anything. In the meantime, I am scouting, and this is throwing me a little bit off my game. As you can see, my money's already high. You know, I'm still trying to get workers. Of course, I always queue a path so my probe, you know, doesn't just sit there and get picked off. He's always walking around. Makes it hard for the enemy probe to pick me off, you know. And we're getting our gateways at about the exact same time, looks like. Mikado's economy is obviously going to be better because he's got those extra probes, and mine are literally one's just down here, one's chasing that probe around. So even though we both have the same number of probes, his economy is slightly higher than mine. As you can see, it goes up to 500. And I'm pulling off another probe because I forgot about this one because I suck. And I noticed that he's going for 2 gateways, which is really weird. To me, it signifies that he's either going to go for a 2 zealot rush or some kind of a rush like that, or that he's not going to go for anything too early, maybe a delayed 4 gate. I really see this kind of play very often, so I'm not sure what to expect from him. Obviously, I know that he doesn't have 1 gate technology, he's not going to get it for a while. He doesn't have a forge, so I put my guys back on mining, and this probe isn't really going to be much of a problem. Throw down a pylon, but by the time his warp gate gets in, it'll be so far later than mine that it really won't make a difference. As you can see, his cybernetics core is going to be about halfway done by the time my warp gate gets up and running. Of course, another problem is that my cybernetics core is done, and since I have had to do some attacking with my probes, I don't have any of them on gas, and that is really bad. Now I'm barely going to start putting them on gas, so this is kind of bad on my end. This is really bad. Macro is going to start to slip a little bit. I'm getting my 2nd gateway. It means I'm not going to be able to get my robotics phase as quickly as I would like. Usually against the 4 gate or some kind of weird early pressure from Protons. I like to go for a robo because stalkers are armored and immortals do extra damage to armored units. But of course I'm going to have to throw down the other gateway before my robo because of the fact that I had to get out to the gate with warp gate technology. So now would be about the time that I could throw down a robo, so I'm going to pull a probe off and throw that down. Always trying to keep my money low, trying to keep my pylons up. Always, like Galan says, probes and pylons. Keep your money low, keep your pylons going, always be building probes. My opponent, Mikato? What was his name? Mikato. He's got a little bit fewer probes than me, and it's probably because I'm going for those 2 gateways pretty quick, which is a big investment. So as we can see in the unit counting station, he's actually got more zealots than me, but the problem is that if he tries to come up here, I put these on hold, and really he's not going to be able to get in here no matter how many zealots he has. Finally he gets out a stalker. Let's go back to the production tab. And at the same time, I'm deciding to get a forge. my idea behind this is he's going to go for a 4-gate and try to attack, which is exactly what he's doing. I mean, his warp gate is almost done. It will be done about the same time. This last warp gate, this last gateway itself. So by the time he moves out, I'm hoping to have a +1 finished and be able to kill his 4-gate push and then counterattack and win the game. That would my mindset going in. Now, of course, I suck, and I'm not building probes as constantly as I want. My money's low though, so I'm not doing too bad, even though I was late to get my gas up. If we look at our resources, my opponent has several more minerals than me, but less gas. He's on 1 gas, and I don't think I scouted that yet. If you notice, I haven't gotten an observer. I have an immortal, I have another immortal on the way, and a stalker and 2 sentries. The 2 sentries, of course, block my ramp. Hopefully trap in some units and be able to pick it off with my immortals. Now, do I get my observer? I get another immortal for some reason, because of course I suck. Now the good thing that I'm doing here is I'm hiding my immortals. So if we look at his point of view, which I think is 2 here, yeah, he hasn't really scouted. I mean, he's going to be late to get up his robo berry if he even gets one. So he's not really going to have any opportunity to scout. And at the same time, my vision is just as clouded as his. I know there's a 4-gate coming because of the delayed cyber core and the 2 gateways, but I don't really know when or what. Now, of course, he put his proxy pylon back here, and he's good at chopping down these rocks because it provides another avenue to attack in case his first attack fails. He's being a little cautious before he goes into attack, but if you notice, lots of stalkers, and stalkers, of course, are armored. And these immortals will do good against that. So hopefully I can trap in some stalkers and get pretty good. I have 3 immortals and get pretty good surround with good concave. Unfortunately, I'm not paying as much attention as I would like. I'm not taking down as many units as I would like. Let's look at the units lost. Yeah, he's a little bit behind me in units lost in terms of he's lost more. But we'll see what happens at the end of this battle. Of course, always looking at the production tab. You always want to be constructing, macroing, as well as microing. If you're doing just one or just the other, you're going to fall behind. And of course, my opponent here, he's so focused on this battle, he's not really paying attention to what's happening. At the same time, of course, I do have an observer moving across the map. That's going to be for scouting, making sure no expansion is up. That is very key, because if he pushed out and expanded, I would be light years behind. Now this is a very bad decision. If I decided to move my units down the ramp. I should have stayed up there because I saw no expansion. I knew he wouldn't be able to fund a continual push after several attempts. He would just have to back out, expand, and try some other alternative. I should have stayed up here, continue to force field, continue to macro, maybe throw down a Robo Bay and go for some quick Colossus at this point. Chrono boost out my warp gates. If you notice, my chrono boost is very high. Mikado here saying that it's an intense battle because of the fact that it's been back and forth. But really, right now, he has an upper hand. I mean, look, his expansion's gone down. I am scouting.